Alright, our coffee is complete for the day. Got a medium dark roast and we use the French press, which has been my favorite recently. If you're new to my channel, welcome. I kind of have really enjoyed watching people's morning routines, as creepy as that sounds, but on YouTube. And I haven't really done one myself, so I wanted to make one today, not because I have an amazing morning routine, but just because I kind of want to share a different perspective on what mine looks like. Also, don't laugh at my hair. I just woke up and it's pretty rough, but that's why we're wearing a hat to the gym. So a couple things here. While I'm in marathon prep, I really want to make sure that my morning routine is realistic, but also healthy. So what I mean by that is, again, during marathon prep, sleep is one of the most important things. So I need at least 7 hours of sleep. So like last night, I was editing some videos, accidentally deleted some footage. I was staying up late doing all these downloads, these recovery files to see if I could find the footage. Didn't end up working, but because I stayed up a little bit later, instead of getting up around 6, we got up at like 6:45. So again, that extra 45 minutes of sleep was the most important thing to me, and that's kind of what I'm saying here is I want to keep things healthy, even if I have to vary my routine just a little bit. That's also what I mean when I say realistic, because I want to be able to change things around if I need to, because there's certain days of the week I work in the morning, and there's days like today I don't work till the afternoon. And then there's weekends, of course. So I think the mornings will look a little bit different from person to person, and that's why I want to make sure that whatever I'm doing, I keep it as realistic as possible. Now, typically, I will go run outside. I've been pushing through this winter arc I've been trying to do, but today we're going to do some lifting as well. So on the treadmill, I'm going to be running a couple miles in the Hoka Mach 5s, and then after that, we're going to do a back workout focusing on some strength. And that's all we have on the agenda. I'll just preface, I kind of hate filming in the gym. One, I think it's annoying to other people, like if you're setting up a big tripod and all this stuff. But I do want to get some clips so we can talk a little bit about what's going on. So I'll bring my small camera with me and I will do my best, but absolutely no guarantees, because it's kind of freaking awkward. So after that gym workout, like I said, I don't love filming in the gym, but I was able to get some clips so we could kind of talk about what we did briefly. But I did a 20-minute run on the treadmill at about an 8-minute, 30-second pace. And then after that, I wanted to do some back strength exercises as well. So we did pull-ups, and the goal there was 4 sets of 8. I think on the third set, I only hit 6, but it was pretty close. I did a seated machine row. And typically I'm always doing 4 sets for exercises. The first one is like 15 reps of just getting some blood into the muscle tissue, and then 3 working sets of 8 to 12 reps. Other than that, we finished the workout by doing 500 meters on the row. And I'm not typically a rower. I think this is my second time ever using one. So I'm still getting used to how much tension to put on there, how fast to pull. My form is probably a little sketchy, so don't make fun of it, but my wife and I have been trying to use that machine and kind of at the end of our workouts as just like a burnout exercise. But after all of that and only having coffee in my system, I need food. So this is usually when I'll get some food. So obviously, if you've been keeping up with me, the marathon goal in May is to run a 3:30. And I guess everyone always says sub 3:30, but I don't really care. If I run 3:30 in 30 seconds, I will be very, very happy, because for me, that's going to be a really difficult goal. But obviously, my morning routine is centered around things that will help me achieve that goal. We already talked about sleep, making sure that, like I said, if I stay up a little late, then I want to give myself some extra time. Another part of keeping my routine healthy, it's been 7 days of no added, no processed, no artificial sugar. I'm trying to eat no sugar other than things that are naturally occurring in the whole food. Fruit, for example, milk has some lactose in it, some milk sugar. Oh, that's done. Honey, syrup, things that are like a whole food, 100% as they are. So we have pancakes. And again, I'm not bashing these pancakes, but we have the Kodiak brand. But if you look on the label, it says 4 grams of sugar, 3 grams of added sugar. But because of that, I was like running out of breakfast food and I need something that's got more carbs in it since I'm running. I decided to look up a recipe and I made my own pancake batter from scratch. So we have organic flour in there, and then we put some organic grass-fed milk, an egg, salt, baking soda, maybe some vanilla or something like that. But again, there's really nothing to it. It looks like normal batter. The pancakes come out a little bit flatter than usual, but still 0 sugar, everything organic. This turned out really well. So this morning for breakfast, we're gonna have some of that. Using only maple syrup, whipping cream, and I think vanilla, we made a homemade whipped cream. And again, this might, oh crap, this might need to be respun. It's getting a little thin, but we made homemade whipped cream that we're gonna add on top of it. So again, that's gonna have maple syrup in it, so I understand to some people that is their own issue with what to eat and what not to eat. But basically the way I say it is, if you want to detox, stay away from any form of sugar. If you just want to limit your sugar to kind of help your body heal, decrease inflammation, and again, this is a time when everyone's getting sick. You got Thanksgiving, people are eating a bunch of junk. Christmas is a bunch of cookies and cakes and junk. And then New Year's, people are going to stay up really late and eat junk. It's just a time with the cold weather. I know to some people it's flu season, but honestly, I think it's just bad choices season. That does not have a good ring to it. Bad choices season. I gotta think of something cooler to say than that. But whatever it is, cutting out any added processed sugar is gonna be the move for us. So that's something that's been a challenge for the morning routine. It's kind of a long-winded way of saying it's been difficult, but we've been creative and we're gonna make some stuff today to keep up with that creativity. Forgot to read the back of this. We've had this for a while, but this does have 2 grams of added sugar. So RIP, we're going with the Applegate turkey bacon instead. This has 0 sugar added. So we're gonna go with this instead. This will be 5 grams of protein per slice. I will probably have 3 of those. That's 15 grams extra on top of what we're eating. Not bad. It's a little thin, but it's got like a good crisp to it. We're trying a new method for the bacon where you put it in a hot pan, but you put some boiling water on top of it. So I think the purpose of this is to help it cook more evenly and reduce splatter, but I might put too much water in there. Okay, our breakfast is done and we're finally sitting down to eat. We don't really have a table, so we actually just eat at our coffee table. We don't have any space in our apartment for that right now, so we just got something fancy rigged up here to eat. High carb, high protein, pretty much all organic and no extra sugars. And then we got the protein shake here on the side to add a little bit extra. And then typically at this time, we are a big gaming couple. We like to play games. And our favorite card game for the longest time, I feel like since we got married, has been King's Corners. That probably means nothing to you, but you can look it up. And we have a bunch of fancy different card decks that we will pick from. I'm not a huge Harry Potter fan, but I do have a Harry Potter deck of cards. And then this one right here, Peter McKinnon. If you know, you know. This one's incredible. I think we're gonna use this one this morning. So we usually eat, play cards, watch YouTube videos, and kind of just watch other people's lives as well, as weird as that sounds. So I'm gonna eat this and play some games, and we're gonna enjoy. A couple things as far as supplements that we take. We're trying to be as proactive about our health as possible, because obviously for me, if I'm getting sick, that means I'm not going to be able to run. If I'm not running, then we're just sitting, wasting time and energy. So always vitamin D. So we will take that, not as much in the summer, but this is something that's very good for your immune system, which a lot of people might not know, but always take one of that every day. We do take some trace minerals as well, and this is kind of a blend of a little bit of everything for just kind of overall health and wellness. Vitamin C. This is probably not an everyday, this is probably 4 or 5 times a week. We'll just do like maybe a third of a scoop, because this is high dose vitamin C. A full scoop of this would be 4,000 milligrams. That's a ton. If you were really sick, you could probably do a full scoop in one day, but we do like a tiny little scoop, which is going to be about 1,000 milligrams. We put collagen in usually our smoothies because it helps kind of thicken it up. I think this is a blend of a little bit of everything, but I'm mainly interested in type 2 collagen. That's going to be more for your bones and your joints. Collagen is like 40% of bone. And obviously when you're running, you're putting a ton of stress on your legs. This is unflavored, there's nothing in it but collagen. So we put that in smoothies. Again, typically we'll just put these in the orange juice with the vitamin C and just kind of chug that after a meal. That way we kind of are done and we get that out of the way. 2 at a time because we're true man. Okay, that's it. That's all we had to do. All right, we are scraping into the PM now. So the morning routine is over and it needs to be done. But again, that's kind of just a brief run through of kind of how my mornings look. Again, like I said, I want things to be realistic. So on weekends or days where I don't work in the morning, this is what it looks like. And on days where we work at 9 a.m., it's gonna look a little bit different. So that's why I think it's good to be realistic about how your mornings are and be willing to kind of vary things around, because I think at the end of the day, if you're just productive for productivity's sake, are you really doing that much? And again, maybe you need to do that much, but I think if you keep things simple, keep things realistic, I think you're gonna be happier at the end of the day. And then obviously, like I said, keeping things as healthy as possible. I'll just reiterate for the last time, I'm not in some fantasy land. I know that blueberries and maple syrup have sugar in them. So that had a lot of sugar in it, but again, that's not our goal, is to be sticklers like that. We're just trying to stay away from all the extra stuff that can get you. If your goal is 100% zero, then you should be doing a detox. So again, thank you for watching this morning routine video. And I know it's a little different than my usual videos, but I appreciate you guys watching and keeping up with me. I'm gonna end this video by showing you our most recent best game we've been playing together. Other than King's Corners, it's been this bad boy right here. Exploding Kittens. It's basically a Russian roulette game where you have a kitten that's like a bomb and you gotta, it sounds really weird, but you don't want to uncover the cards, so you're using cards to like avoid it. It's fun to compete and destroy each other. So that's why we play games like this sometimes. So that's my recommendation. If you're looking for a Christmas present, might be a good game to try. Other than that, thank you guys very much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video.